Welcome to the stream. I am Neozar, and this is my FTL hard win streak. Is the current world record. We are up to 111. It's a pretty cool number. And we got Fed B for our last run of the fourth cycle here. It's the only ship left, but we still did the random for fun. Last time we had Fed A, which is a similar ship in a lot of ways. Learn power, obviously, same kind of ship class. And we had a pretty rough time of it in the beginning, but it turned into a pretty fun run with a fire beam, and then got crazy strong once we picked up a halberd finally at the end of Sector 5 there. But hopefully this time we'll start out a little nicer. It's really Sector 1 that was most terrible, and then like just stores were kind of garbagey, but still persevered, and well, you know, it's fun sometimes to have a run that's challenging. I kind of like this ship a little better. It's got two weapons, which is cool. Dual lasers is phenomenal. I mean, burst laser 2 is phenomenal also. Not as many crew, and not as many blue options from these kinds of crew, but they are ones that are harder to get usually than like a NG or a rock. So often you can still get, you know, you can pick them up. Alright, let's see. I haven't, actually thought about this one really. So let's do this city. And let's see. Let's do a, well, you gotta do a pigeon, right? And there you go, a bunch of hawks in the city. Pigeon, we got a hawk. I'm trying to think of something that's not a rat that I want to do. Squirrel doesn't fit in these things, I don't think. It's way too many letters, right? Oh, it fits. There we go. Perfect. I assumed squirrel was too long for some reason, but it is not. Pigeon, hawk, and squirrel. All animals I've seen a number of in various cities. Actually, I guess I haven't seen hawks in a number of cities, but I've seen many hawks in New York City. Hey, Fifi Rico and Dracula Lantern. Welcome to the stream. Crow. Oh yeah, Crow would have worked too. Although then, you know, I'd be thinking it's Crow, the streamer possibly. Although probably not. But I think I'm happy with these ones. I saw a hawk catch a mouse like 4 feet from me in Central Park once, which was pretty neat. So that's cool, and that they've been introduced there more. Because I don't live in New York City or any city. I live closer to the woods for sure, more in the mountains. And so, you know, we have plenty of wildlife, but it's cool seeing it, you know, survive in, you know, healthy seeming fashions around people. Alright, so anyway, I think we're about ready to jump into it. City, pigeon, hawk, squirrel, hard, enabled. Alright. Yeah, so 4 cycles would be pretty cool. It's also, you know, it's exciting to start like all the ships fresh again, you know, that first random when it's like no matter what it is, that's what you're doing. So I'm gonna do something with the crew that I think I used to do this, and then I stopped, and then I switched, and now I'm gonna try switching back to this. Like the slug is definitely best pilot, especially if you don't, you know, until you have mind control at least. And it's like you usually don't get mind control on these ships, so it's great to just have the slug pilot from the beginning. They can't get mind controlled. It's like usually the most important position. To not have your person be mind controlled, because you can lose all of your bonus if you don't have a higher level piloting. So previously I'd swapped, I had the Zoltan over here and the human and weapons, because Zoltans and weapons can be problematic at times with, like, you know, if you're not careful, the depowering. And also I always felt that it was like they're kind of fragile to have like kind of in charge of these two systems dealing with it. But there's some uses for having the Zoltan buy shields, just to do with, like, you know, ions and whatnot. Also, like, ion immunity on the weapons is often better than like in engines. And most of the time it's like I'm going to be venting or having to run a second crew over there or something anyways. So it's kind of okay that they're here. Also, the most likely spot to get forced in having to like actually fight boarders and punch them and not be able to vent them around is piloting, because they love getting funneled into piloting. And so it's nice having the human be able to like pair with the slug there to be like more effective than having the Zoltan and the slug have to like fight and then heal and then come back or something or whatever it is. So I know that's a large complaint with the Fed B compared to Fed A is people don't like the layout. But I kind of think the layout's a little bit better actually. Like if you crew swapped the two ships, I think it would become apparent all of a sudden how much worse Fed A's layout is, and it's just made up for it by starting with 4 strong crew, like a big variety and an NG. Because venting on that ship is garbage. It's so bad. It takes forever. Like if you're trying to defend that with just like the Zoltan, you'd have such a bad time. Took you a lot longer to get your first victory with Fed B then. See, that's interesting, because Fed C is often a tricky one. Fed B was actually one of my first hard wins originally. When I thought the artillery beam was like OP. So I also would like, it was great because it built right into that. Unfortunately, artillery beam is not OP. But it can still be useful, and it's much more useful at level 2 than it is at the level 1 that Fed A starts with. Alright, so pretty much ready here. I'm going to vent out a bit, because it's also like there's some rooms I like having not empty of oxygen, but they can be a little bit lower. Like these, I don't really like being empty, because I want to run him. But honestly, all those can like be dropped some. And then just kind of like open this up a little bit. Yeah, it's always interesting, like people's different experiences with ships, because it's also like the big thing with FTL. I find like RNG, it doesn't usually decide if a run can be won or not. Every once in a while there's the forced losses, but it really sets the difficulty, because it's like it can make a run so easy or so hard. So sometimes it's just like if you get a good roll on a ship, or if you're just like good at the strategies for that ship or something, it can like really work out, and then you'll get a really good ship but have horrible RNG. Be like, that ship sucks, like you just die, because it's hard to tell like what all the like what's causing you to win or to lose, or when it's RNG. Like you have to know the game really well to be able to start seeing all the patterns. Yeah, mind control, that's pretty neat. I haven't done that before. Alright, so this is a ship that would be completely safe with 2 shields, but obviously we're not there yet. Alright, so pretty standard stuff here. Make sure we get low enough. This we can keep like the most vented out, I guess, actually. Now there is, this is the one that's actually, right? I think if we man shields here, actually, we recharge it in time. Should recognize it first. I'm not actually positive on that. I think it might have to do sometimes with like the angle of the shot or something, but I could be wrong, or if they're manning it or not, or if you're like manning it in time, because I'm not manning it in time here either. Do I use a Lido right off the bat? Because like you can often get away. I think you use one in the first fight here. Yeah, see, if I was manning this already, we would have been good instead of getting a fire into O2. But that's okay. Like, probably. It's just the 1 damage. But that confirmed my suspicions about the timing. Alright. Actually, you might as well go help. Just get that dealt with real quick. Now we're going to try not to use any more. Oh, nice, we got a fire. See, I can tell we got a fire because immediately the pilot's turning to go help, and they'd only go help if there's a fire. That's good because we got a breach in the weapons, which is why I wanted to target oxygen in case there's a chance of like getting crew kill here. Not just as like vengeance for them doing it to me. So now I'm gonna run you all the way up there. Alright, yeah, see, he's suffocating already. And then, they're double repairing that. Ah, Diamond was almost perfect. Ideally, you hit it the second they finish repairing it, so it hits both the crew also. But that's nice because it keeps this room vented then, so they're going to like cycle in and out and just take damage there. Oh, hey, Sawyer. Good to see you as always. Oh, Artie, you failed me. Although you started a fire, that's pretty cool. So maybe you didn't entirely fail me. Artie is just like, it makes you lose crew kills, it happens. That's gonna be repaired really soon. Now it's like, do I use another missile chasing after this crew kill? How likely is it? If they don't run, I feel like it's pretty likely. So I'm gonna do it. That's, the 7 missiles is really nice, honestly. But I feel like the fact that I feel like I have a good chance of getting crew kill here, especially with a fire now, is, I'm not gonna take the surrender. So what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, that time it was not perfect. Probably doing too much hull damage to him now. Unless I get like a breach or something, I can't use a missile again. There we go. That's something else. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes now, because ideally this would just like completely burn out the oxygen really quickly there, and then they just go out. If it spreads, there's a chance it's gonna, you know, do too much. But that's really good that it stops spreading there. Just burn out. Don't spread. Burn out. Out, out, out. All right. That's a crew kill. Because they're not running. We're not going to kill them. Oxygen's broken. It's out of oxygen in that room, so they're not going to go repair it. All right. Fire saves the day. Oh, all right. So we got to fix these crew positions, obviously. All right, 5 fuel, 19 scrap. So that works out. 19 scrap is a lot of scrap for a Sector 1 reward, and the 5 fuel is really nice. Makes it easier if you want to trade it away. You don't have to buy it as soon. Definitely opens up some opportunities. All right. Not quite enough for the shields buffer, though, which is what we're really hoping for, but that's all right. Store right away. There's just no reason to go there. Like if we could dance around it some, that'd be great. But 19 scrap's not buying it. Like the dual lasers and the Lido sell for so little. The dual lasers would be so dumb to sell too. They're so good. The Lido's like solid. We can use it and doesn't sell for enough to buy anything useful. So that's just kind of that. But it lets us know also, like, I mean, this isn't really a ship you usually float that much scrap on anyways, but lets us know, like, really don't bother doing that because there's one store there, and there might be 2 stores in this sector, but, you know, there's, you know, there's like a 50% chance that's the only store, so there's a good chance there's no other stores here. So we just can spend our scrap. Investigate. Hey, it's one of our blue options actually. So here we do Slugman crew. All right, we get an NG. That is awesome. That is a really good thing to find. NGs are super useful. The ship really wants a 4th crew member. You can get by in the early game, but when you're in like Sector 4 and you still have just these 3 crew, it starts feeling pretty bad. So that's really nice. We're not... Actually, we can chase the distress options now because we have the NG. Normally, I'd say the ship doesn't have great distress options, but with the NG, that definitely helps out. Lead them to their destination. All right, you got it. So we'll probably go right there. There's a chance that's a store, isn't it? I think there's a... I'm gonna look at what the odds are. Let's see. So yeah, it's fight a rebel ship. I know that's one. High scrap resources, 5 hull or repaired for 5 hull and a store, or a reactor upgrade. So yeah, with 20, if it's just a repair possibly with a store, we don't need to float the scrap for that. It's like we don't have enough to do anything with that anyways. Also makes me wonder if I totally want to go there or not. Because like fight is decent. Reactor upgrade is decent. I mean, we won't really need it right now, but it's still like useful pretty soon. And then high scrap resources is really good too. I guess that's like, I guess that's worth it. Oh, I meant to do the buffer though. Oops. Well, there we go. Look at me getting lucky. It's a good thing that was in the rebel ship. That was definitely the reward I most wanted, was the just the high scrap and resources. All right, pirate ship. I really wish we had 2 more scrap to get shields up, but that's fine. They're not boarding. I guess you might as well just go, man. Shields, be ready to repair. One advantage we have here is that our weapons are faster. I'm just putting everything to weapons. Also, they have double NG, so it's like they're going to be repairing stuff so fast. So although we did get a crew kill that first fight, I'm not going to often be chasing a crew kill. That's great choice to depower the burst laser too, and then keep that going. I'm sad that you switched them, but it's pretty unusual, I feel like, to get crew kills that much on this ship. Yeah. It's like I really don't want to chew through my missiles that much if I can avoid it. And this thing's firing at us no matter what at this point. So I guess the Lita maybe would have gotten there in time, but we're glad this is going. See, I wasn't powering oxygen. I'm being bad here. Maybe they would hit that instead. Might not have mattered, but those things add up. It's like hopefully this thing does us somewhat good here. The double NG is just so gross. It's like really one of the worst things because it's hard to deal with. It's like this counts on them not having a buffer and then this charging time, but for some reason I kind of feel like it's the right call. I don't know. the missile just appears. Yeah, they have the buffer. I don't know what I was thinking there. Hey, a miss. Hey, a double miss. Wow, look at that. That's cool. I'm in favor of that kind of RNG. Yes, please. I guess that gets the rock repairing weapons. Maybe that was my my subconscious strat there that I was planning without realizing. I believe it. Alright, that's what I want to see. You hit piloting, oxygen, weapon, all kinds of good stuff. Beautiful. Alright, we got a missile back. That's good, because I've been using more missiles than I want for sure. Yeah, subconscious strats, I mean, you know, happens enough sometimes you start wondering if that's what's going on. I'm sure it is sometimes, and sometimes not. Alright, so obviously that's the play here. Shields. Very, very helpful. Alright, let me see how many jumps we got here so we can plan this out right. 5 before the exit. Pretty clearly. Yeah, and you just go up this way some, because it's like, I can always cross over, I guess, if I want to. Alright, that's something to sell. That's nice. Boarding drone's a lot too. Boarding drone's 32, isn't it? It's such a big deal because anti-personnel I think sells for 17 and boarding drone sells for, it's like, and they look kind of the same. So it's always like one's really good and one's like, yeah, it's not that much. I mean, no matter what, it's helpful. But all right, so they're boarding us. They've got a missile. So we got our shield bubble. We don't need it now, of course. Should we get our oxygen down? You stay there because they got boarding us with a human. They didn't have the missile. I could try to do the thing I was doing last time where I get 2 crew members to board over. I could do, although no, it wouldn't work because they need either a med bay or I need to get breach or something. Never mind. Alright, I don't know why this is his choice, but I'm gonna just let it be because that's a great choice on his part. Yeah, I don't mess with that one. I just got drama. I don't want to vent those rooms. Dang, I want to get my oxygen under 50 for sure. I think we try to hold Alito. Yeah, all right, because it's like we wouldn't beat that anyway, so we'll see what they take offline if it, you know, if we even hit. Nice. Oh, they got a fire though, because you can see the pilot going. Might actually be kind of worth trying to keep going there. Yeah, too late for that. Nice. Broke. Alright, good. And then NG got pulled for that one. Oxygen's lower than it should be for sure. It's fine because they're not, shooting anything at us, but it's interesting that he now goes to help in weapons. I think because it's like, because of the fire kind of still though. Poof. He'll clone, but. Can you stop with that? Oh, you need to get there. You start running just in case I didn't get there in time. Because I'm not going to use a missile still. So we got E1 more. Oh wait, doesn't matter. Can't man it anyways. Because it's the engine attack event. That's fine. Revenge against the system that so wounded you. I understand. 420. Nice. So, man, we've made 9 fuel so far from just like 2 events. Still don't feel like we have that much. It's like, I mean, we'd be down to 9 if it weren't for that one crew kill and then that event. It's like, that'd be pretty bad feeling this early in the run, be under 10 fuel. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like, definitely, like, that's good strategy. Break the ship right here. It looks pretty weak. Classic sci-fi strategy. Ships built with obvious, like, structural weak points to target. So yeah, get 3 more. I go here. So there is an argument for, I'm gonna wait to vent until this thing hits me in case it tries to get my oxygen. How are you running? If you aren't running, I could train against you. It's not worth like shooting missiles at piloting, hoping for a breach. I just lost one. But so yeah, there's definitely an argument to get a weapons buffer. I suspect safe. With this ship, if I get more scrap where I can like spend good money at a store and buy a weapons buffer, I'll do it. But I'm gonna try to avoid doing it at this point because like we're doing pretty well overall. All right, level 1 piloting, that's good. Let's do that. Can't train on engines anyway. I guess our pilot could train more. But like I want to keep the other stuff running in case we just start missing a bunch and when they repair or something, I don't know. Level 1 piloting, we should be pretty safe, I think. They just like kind of take a while to run away. Level 1 engines also. Oof. Oh, and there's the RV. Alright. Got a missile. So we actually earned a missile from a fight. That's good. Alright, so I guess, yeah. I mean, there's the chance that that's a store. Like, there's probably more value in the small chance that that's a store over the slightly increased value from going to distress because we found the NG. So here we just fight them. NG, 2 humans, missile. Ooh, right into the doors. Or the weapons. You just send the NG, it's fine. Because it's like they equal to each other in DPS and the NG can tank it. And that way I can keep my small dodge bonus with the human there. So I am going to use a missile this time, partly because this guy's going to repair the first thing, and so it's like I'd love to lure him to not repair weapons if I can. So I'm actually going to do a shields and hope to get lucky without the buffer here. Nice. Alright, where are you going, Artemis? Hey, look, the oxygen thing worked. What are the odds of us going for a crew kill here? It's so low with the NG and Artemis and being down to 4 hull already. We're just gonna kill you. Like, the only advantage to letting him live would be that then they'd send someone else over and I could kill him quickly, so they'd have only 1 crew repairing. With level 1 TP, it's like that's just gonna take too long. It's gonna be bad for its own reasons. And so you go repair oxygen. I always feel like these weapons are just there to like buy you time until already early game, because it's like it's so hard relying on dual lasers on themselves, and you just really want to be sparing with the Lidos. It's another one where it's like 4 missiles. It's like if it was 6 missiles again, but it'd be so much worse to be like, oh, because I took this and I earned 5 less scrap, and then I'm just short of buying a weapon or something. It's just, I don't know if that's actually the right choice, but I feel like at this point of the run still it is. Nice. 12 scrap. And still got 3 less missiles, 1 more fuel, 3 more scrap. You know, it's hard to say how it works out. Alright, so yeah, that's not a store. I didn't really expect it to be, but there's always that little chance. Gotta chase. Yeah, level 1 TP is too scratchy, yeah. Some toilet humor there. Moving to examine the station. Intruders on board. Another missile. Alright, this time the NG is the pilot though, so at least he won't be the first one to repair. I don't love this setup here. I actually vent you out instead. It's like they're gonna go into piloting though. They always want to go into piloting. But that's alright. We'll figure it out. I'm just going to delay him a little bit because I don't want him getting too chewed up. If he's going to try and help out more. Or maybe they're going to go to doors. Oh. Yeah, go into Artie. Do it. You know you want to. I'm slow on these. It's Artemis too. Because actually, I think if I hit shield, it's gonna have him go, and then if I hit weapons, it'll be the NG. But that might kind of be okay too, honestly. Oh, man. Bad player. Not only was it not manually level 1. I mean, it's like odds are, even if it was manned and level and all the way up, it would have hit us anyways, but yeah. Alright, we got fire, nice. They have no way to heal. There's a small chance of crew kill here if the NG fails at the fire. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen though. That's alright. We're also okay with them just dying. if that missed and then they just like fully repaired up, I would have been annoyed. Even with the thing swiping them. Alright, 16, that's nice. Alright, 82 scrap, that's getting to a good number. And then we have the 32. Like, this is where it's probably starting to be more worthwhile to buy a weapons buffer. I'll probably try and push it a little bit. At least until we see, like, what the next sector is in the layout. Decently late exit for Sector 1. Because sometimes it's like you just get so early, you feel like Sector 1's just like over. Search among the stores. That's one where if you have mind control, you get a store guaranteed. Hey, but we get a training ship. Cool. Turn that already off. Can't train shields because it's against the ion, but that's fine. And I can't really train weapons unless I want to sit here and micro like crazy, which just like isn't likely to happen. It's tempting. It's really tempting to get like level 1. Oop. It's because I had to change slots. Didn't even look at where I shot. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to train my evasion now because that's super useful. So let's do that. Let's get that going. Alright, shields up, oxygen, nothing's auto-firing. Alright, the repair. And away we go. Hey Resnar, welcome to the stream. Run's going pretty well so far. Haven't taken major damage. We're at the exit beacon of Sector 1. The store was super early, so we didn't go to it, so I haven't seen a store yet. But, you know, we got a good amount of fuel. We got a crew kill on our first jump. And we've got a boarding drone to sell, so that's another 30-something scrap, 32 scrap. And we spent training ship. That's all good stuff. Alright, we're trained up. Now we just kill him. Miss. Now we just miss for a while. Get extra training. I'm like kind of okay missing, getting that little training bonus. I'm getting there. This is definitely like one of the ships that's most worth, like, if you possibly like sitting there and doing the depower training. If this run was like looking really sketchy so far, I'd be more inclined to do it. It's just so time consuming, micro intensive. 15 scrap. If I find weapons like both training and then any number of reloaders with the dual lasers, it's just really, really strong. Like, especially even early game, it makes a huge difference against like the missile weapons and stuff. So I think it's a huge thing on Kestrel C. If you can get training, you see with the ion, it really helps. Make it like training more available. Okay, so here we're going Zoltan controlled because Uncharted Nebula is just garbage. And it's like we need stores. They might only have one store. It's better to like have to deal with Zoltan shields which suck with the ship, honestly. But still better, I think, than going to Uncharted. And we're going right to a store. And they're gonna have a great weapon for us, right? Something fun, something good, something beautiful. Alright, I mean, that's something. That's something we're gonna do, I guess. It's not my favorite, but that's totally something that we are gonna do. It's not a missile. It makes it so we can deal with 2 shields without using missiles. You know, it still sucks because you have to hit your dual lasers twice, but you know, it's kind of slow, kind of clunky, but like, I mean, I can't not buy it. Then we do that, and it's like, okay, now we can do those shields better because we don't have to like spam missiles, and we have that's 2 damage a swipe guaranteed. You know, we can do bigger damage to ships because it's like you're just like poking away at them. I have another store we can see yet because there's 2 stores in Zoltan sectors. Gonna avoid going there probably. Nice late exit too, although we'll see how the curve lines up. We might have to like waste a jump. This is pretty connected. Right, not a bad layout, it seems. I think that's good. I'm not gonna buy power yet. Like, I'll probably still try to run this thing. And I'm not gonna sell the Lido, because Lido's still like a usable weapon. I mean, we only have 6 missiles, but like there's times it might be really what we want. We take damage in weapons. It's like we want to run both of them instead of having nothing. Something strikes you as odd about a moon in the distance. Check it out. Oh, I forget how this is one that I don't come across that often, and that has a couple different paths it can take. Gotta check it out. Odd moon. Alright, so if you attempt to detonate, you can either lose 1 missile. Well, no matter what, you lose 1 missile. So you can either get nothing, random scrap in a weapon, or random scrap. So that's clearly worth a missile. Yeah, so that's it. So check it out, because they can be either this option that comes up, where you have the missile option. It can come up, you just get medium scrap, you can get nothing, or you can get low scrap in a weapon off the bat. Or if we kept that boarding drone and bought drone control, we could have received a Zoltan crew member. It's funny how it's like a completely different route with that one. But yeah, so we're definitely going to spend a missile. Hopefully we get the weapon. If not, the scrap then. And, you know, there's a chance we just throw a missile away, and that's, you know, that's what it is. Worth the gamble for sure. Attempt. Use a missile. What a waste. Wonderful. Alright. That happens. Can't make it too easy. Can't just like give us a heavy laser or something. Let's have a little fun. That's okay. Alright, drone control. Let's see what drone you got. Fire beam. Alright, so we're weapons training here. And shields training. Because we can just auto-fire the pike beam and they can't hurt us. Yeah, I'm not missing that. I gotta make sure I'm not missing anything, right? They just got a basic laser with this thing. Alright. And then since this is gonna take him a moment, I might as well like swap you guys around, right? Well, I guess technically I should just actually drop my evasion so you can shields train faster. So we'll start with that. But this is great getting the weapons, especially with the pike beam, because it's kind of slow. So getting the weapons training up on that will be really helpful. See who's gonna win. The NG or the Zoltan gonna finish first? I feel like the NG's gonna finish first. It was misleading because he was kind of close already. Pike beam's so slow. I don't know. Might be close. But no, not that close, I don't think. Yeah, and he's pulling ahead. He's a pro. He used to turn dodge on, even the playing field a little bit. Yeah, I did too late. Could have made that a closer fight. Oh well. Alright. So that's that. Just like expecting to have one of these training ships where I go and do the speed hack and then just immediately like Artie goes off and just kills them because I'm not like paying enough attention to what's going on with that. Alright, we got a store here, so now my whole goal is maximizing my jumps before the store. In case, you know, they have things we want. I only get 3 jumps. If I can do that, then how does that work out afterwards? We can get definitely 8 in a nebula. Possibly 9 full jumps before the exit. We could also do like 8 and 2 nebulas or something. That's 4. And those don't connect. Yeah, I'll have to see how these ones work out as I go. But we can do the 3 and then the store, and then like start going to these, then these nebulas are safe after that. I think that's the plan. I'm not really sure of how it works out. I've just never been quite as big a fan of nebula jumps as many other players are. I feel like often it kind of like, it's a wash in the end. Like you get more jumps in, but they're not always as lucrative. But I could be wrong. I also find like a lot of the events that I find to be really, really good to find, you know, which is a little RNG, you know, dependent. But like a lot of the really good events end up being ones you can't find in nebulas. Scanners definitely changed that quite a bit. So they have weapons that can't hurt us. So I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. Because we could try to go for an O2 kill here. Angie's going to be the first one to repair something. Yeah, I thought so. We shot the ion with our laser. Whoops. So the NG goes to repair that. Alright, level 1 oxygen. So there's a chance we can get a crew kill here. Not sure if it'll work out. I feel like I haven't done this thing in a while where it's like you force the repair swap around. But it's nice because then he goes in man's engine, so it's easier to keep the Mantis on the oxygen repair duty after this. It's also nice having the okay, good, that's off. I wasn't even thinking about that. Having the pike beam here, because it's like if we get a miss, we can just like, as long as we don't get a double miss, we can still take the oxygen offline really quickly. Because the thing is, with doing this kind of thing where it's just level 1 oxygen, so they don't like multi-repair up, makes it easier. It's just like Mantis just repairs so slow. You can often do it with not a whole lot of hull. You can still pull it off. They got like nothing else going on. This time we're actually like getting a fire can sometimes be worse. Like it can be better if it like runs enough that like, you know, gets all the O2 out of the room quick. But sometimes it's like, oh, it just calls the engine here and they put it out instantly and then they repair it up really quick. But so far it's working out in our favor, I think. Getting pretty pink in there. All right. And it's funny because they won't like like they don't think about how oxygen, when it's a high priority to repair, that it should be like a double repair like they do with fires and breaches and stuff. Unless you had something going on in it, in which case they would. All right, 20 scrap. Nice. That's awesome. Especially with that store coming up, getting a crew kill there for extra scrap is really valuable. Also, I just love getting crew kills on ships that like aren't built for them. You know, at least like at this point, like we don't have any systems that really help with it. You know, it's not like stealth B bad at getting crew kills, but it's definitely not. You know, it doesn't have many tools. All right, so another safe fight here. You got the pike beam just like us, double useless drones. Now it's like this ship. Getting a crew kill on it is really hard because it's double NG. Although being 2 NGs, I think, instead of 3, gives us a small chance here. But this is like where we want fires if we're going to get a crew kill. But, you know, I'm curious. Yeah, it's level 2 oxygen also, at least. I don't know if you can have level 3 at this point. I'm not sure if these guys run either, so I'm gonna get that going, I realize. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work out. I'm not gonna chase it too much. I think I'm probably just gonna do a big swipe with the pike here. Yeah. Can I kill them at this point? Can I do 5? It's fast enough. And these ships are so good for swiping. Alright. Let me like extra check before this that we do have it. Yeah, we have so much check. I don't know why I felt need to do that. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't miss the store by accident. Alright. Hacking, burst laser. This is where I'm like, I wish I didn't have the pike beam. Wish I found this door first. Because part of me wants to really wants to get that burst laser. Like burst laser, dual laser is such a strong setup for a while, and especially with the pike beam to build into or the Lido. I mean, but it's like hacking is just stupid good. You know, it's like I want hacking really badly at some point. I mean, I think either way, like either choice, the odds of me losing from that point aren't very high. But I gotta think about it for a minute, so I'm gonna take a break for a moment here and consider my options. I think I know which way I'm leaning already. I feel like I'm leaning it more and more, but we'll see how it changes. Let's do a poll or something. Oh, my stream dropped. I was like, why is my chat not updating? There we go. I gotta refresh it. But I see we're back with higher FPS. So hopefully I didn't drop for long there. I'm not sure what we missed out on. Just trying to get it to like work better here for me because it's like only refreshing in one spot and not the other. So yeah, I gotta apologize for that to everyone that we had the technical difficulty. Brief drop. All right, that's good. All right, I think I got my chat to refresh in the other window here also. So, all right, hopefully we're just back on track and that's it. But yeah, here. So let me do this because I'm curious what people think here. So let's see. Here we go. Start prediction. All right. Prediction started. Hopefully that worked out right. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a minute and come back, see what y'all think, and see how it goes. All right.